Last night, Elliot came here, and he frightened me.
He frightened you? Well, now, what do you mean? How? How did he frighten you?
He threatened me.
He threatened... I don't believe that.
Listen to me, Dennis. The Elliot you know is not the man I knew. He has changed terribly. He's not sane.
Mom, right now you don't seem sane.
Look, I don't care if you don't understand or believe it, but something has happened.
Texas, starring Beverly McKenzie.
I told you, please don't make any more trouble. Please, just go. You let go of me.
Hell no.
You let go of me. Ow!
I'm not going to let you go, and I'm going to tell you why I'm not going to let you go. Because for the first time in my life, I got everything I got. I got a Jim Dandy job at the top of the world. I got a pretty little wife, and I got a baby on the way. And I ain't going to give that up.
You are hurting my arm.
You let go of her, you sleazy little creep. Maggie? Nita? Something wrong here?
Hey, what is this? You know a man can't even spend 5 seconds with his own wife? Nothing wrong here. Just a man can't spend even 5 minutes or 5 seconds
Billy
to
Joe,
one with his...
listen to me. If Nita had wanted to talk to you, you wouldn't have had to grab hold of her arm like that to get her attention.
Grab?
All right, look, let the lady go, all right?
You talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Now let the lady go. Then if she wants to talk to you, she will. Whoa,
Stop this, everybody! I will not stand for any of this fighting.
Nita!
Billy Joe, if you want me to talk to you, I will for a minute, but I will not stand you fighting.
Okay, but I don't want to start anything. It was him that
I
started
said I
punching.
would talk to you. Now calm down.
Okay. I didn't want any trouble. All I wanted was to talk to you for a couple of seconds.
What is the matter with you? Don't you know better? You shouldn't have done that.
What should I have done? Where I come from? You don't grab a woman like that.
I know that. I'm talking about your heart, about overexerting yourself.
Look, I got enough mothers, all right? I'm gonna be all right. I'm fine.
Courtney, honey, I just want to say thank you to your friend here. Do you know that if Billy Joe had done anything to hurt Nita, I would have gotten my pistol and I would have shot him right between the eyes.
Can't say as I blame you for that. Oh, Jeb Hampton, this is Maggie. This is Jenny's brother.
I'm Maggie Decker, and I'm pleased to make your acquaintance.
Pleasure's mine, man.
Now tell me something. Where'd you learn to punch like that?
Oh, growing up on Army bases.
What are you trying to do? Hide me away or something?
I'm not trying to do anything. You're the one that wanted to talk, not me.
I got a thing or two to say to you.
Then say it.
You don't have to be like that. I'm still your husband.
Whatever we have left to say to each other, we've already said over and over again. What I told you at the hospital,
That don't count. You're all drugged up, and Maggie was filling you up with the hate
I
and
told
everything.
you not to say anything like that about Maggie. I don't even know why I'm talking to you. Never going to make any no difference. Well, Joe, why don't you just go away? Just leave me alone.
Go away? Go where?
I don't know. I don't care.
It's funny, Nita. It's real funny, because you know I don't got any home to go to. I got no place except where my sweet little baby is.
I'm not your baby anymore. Don't you hear what I'm saying to you?
Home is where the heart is. Remember that, sweetheart? Remember that saying? We used to say, you're my home and I'm your home. I'm your bed and you're my blanket.
No, I'm not listening to this. I'm not listening to this.
You're my home, Nita.
Well, maybe you haven't got a home anymore. And I want you to get out of mine.
Nita, honey, please.
I couldn't help it over here, and Billy boy, you're welcome to come stay with me in my trailer if you want. You're not out in the cold, brother.
Might as well be. Trailer's no place to live.
Oh, it's a nice trailer. Got gas and water, hookups, the works.
You're not a personal buddy, you know. It's just that Just my daddy. He lived his whole life in a trailer, and I mean to do a little bit better than that.
Hey, there's an old air conditioner there. Maybe you and me could fix it up. It only needs a fan belt or something.
Yeah, Bernie, we'll see. Nita, honey? Honey, listen to me, please, huh? Let's get out of here, huh? This place just drove us apart. I can go get a loan from Mr. Curtis, and we can get a nice little apartment, one of them apartment complexes, you know, with the swimming pool and a nice little kitchenette. It'll be a lot better. You'll see.
I have seen enough, Billy Joe.
No, honey, I mean, it's different. You ain't seen nothing yet, girl. I'll tell you, I'm making my way. I'm making it real good. I'll get you so many things. I'll get you clothes, you know, and then I'll get you TV sets and jewelry, and I'll give you so much stuff you won't even have room for. We're gonna have everything.
No,
a dog and a car and everything.
How
Everybody else.
many times you gonna make me say it?
Hey, Nita, and the baby? Honey, I'll get the best baby stuff there is, you know? And the best doctors. And I'll tell you, honey, all we gotta do is work this out. We can work it out on our own. All we gotta do is be alone together, that's all. Just get off away from everybody.
Billy Joe, when are you ever gonna grow up? Our marriage has failed. And it's because you don't know the difference between truth and your own fantasies, and you never have. And now you're saying how we're gonna go off together and everything's gonna be all right. But that's just dreams. That's just dreams. The only way to make good is to be a part of something. Be a part of people, a part of a family. Well, I found that now. Maggie's making me a part of her family. And I'm not gonna throw it away for your dreams, not ever again.
That's real sweet, girl. It's just fine. You wanna go off and join somebody else's family? Leave your husband out in the cold, huh?
You had your chance. When you came back from prison, everyone was rooting for you to do real good. So don't you go bad-mouthing other people or blaming me, because you did it all by your lonesome.
What did I do?
Believe this. You messed around with Elena, and you tacked on Marshall.
Come on, Nita, someone might hear you.
No one's gonna hear me. I haven't told anybody your dirty lie. Not anybody. I guess I owe you that much being your wife. But if you don't leave me be, I'm gonna tell Ricky everything, and everything I even think I know about what you've done.
Okay, I hear you. Come on, Bernie. I had enough of this. Let's get out of here, buddy.
Cheer up. Listen, you did the right thing, standing by your guns that way.
Oh, Maggie, it's so hard. I hope Billy Joe learns something from this mess.
Well, not very likely.
But he has to. If he doesn't, he's just gonna wind up back in prison again. Oh, mister, I want to thank you for helping out.
You see, it's a nice trailer.
Gonna pull south along this street, go maybe 2-3 blocks, then cross back in front of the house every 15 minutes. Henry, you go north, circle and cross back in 15-minute intervals too. Dovetail those so that the front of the house is covered every 7 minutes. You got it? Okay, and keep your eyes open all the time. You see anybody who doesn't even look like they belong here, you check them out. All right, head out. I'll radio you guys in a couple of hours. And anything you get, you feed me directly.
Goodness, they're so grim.
Well, they're pros. Henry was with the Secret Service till he decided he didn't want to traipse all over the world.
Really?
Yeah, look, I don't think you're going to have anything to worry about. I checked out the house, and there'll be 2 men on the street 24 hours. Oh, and just in case, all you got to do is push this button right here, and they'll both be here in a matter of seconds.
Oh, well, thank you. This button here.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, in the light of day, I'm beginning to feel rather silly about all this protection. I mean, surely Elliot would never come here during
Well, you
the
never
day.
know.
Oh, well, at least I know I don't feel quite as frightened as I did last night.
That's good. And you won't mind if I leave you alone for a little while?
Of course not.
Okay. me. I got to check up on a friend. She just got out of the hospital.
Oh, go ahead, Ricky, please. And thank you again.
You're welcome. And I'll be back to see you in a little while just to make sure you're doing okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye. Terrible way to have to live. But Elliot was so irrational.
If you tell Dennis he's Alex Wheeler's son, I swear I'll kill you.
Dennis, yes. I have to call him, warn him. Oh, you hardly touched it, Dennis.
I couldn't. Give my apologies to the chef.
Is your head still hurting, honey?
I can't tell. Everything hurts.
Oh, Dennis, I feel terrific, though. Oh, I had such a wonderful time last night, didn't you?
I must have. How else could I wind up feeling this terrible? Guess that's the price you pay for having a good time.
Not necessarily. Having a good time is a skill. I see you develop little tricks over the years to keep from paying the piper.
Well, nobody taught me.
Well, here I am. Paige Marshall, PhD in good times. Trick number 1, a good morning after rub down.
Oh, no thanks, Paige. Really, I'm fine.
Come on, I can see what sleeping on my couch all night did to your neck. Let me work it out for you, honey.
No, it'll be all right.
No, it won't. You'll go around for the rest of your life with your head flopped to the side.
Yeah. Well.
See? Helps, doesn't
I can't lie.
it? Oh, that's what I like to hear, Dennis. Sighs of acknowledgement. Tell me if I'm rubbing too hard, honey.
No, that's fine.
I wouldn't want to add to your suffering. And, that's just a point of reference. Oh, dear. This minute. Hello?
Paige, this is Iris. Do you have any idea where Dennis is? I have been ringing Western Art for 5 minutes, and there's no answer.
I have a pretty good idea, yeah.
Oh, good. Where is he?
In good hands, Iris. He's right here.
There with you?
Mm-hmm. He, fell asleep on my couch last night. Would you like to talk to him?
Please.
It's for you.
Not my mother. Mom?
Dennis, I have been so worried about you. Really, I wish you'd let me know where you're going to be.
Oh, look, Mom, that's ridiculous. I'm not a child anymore, and you don't have to worry about me.
Dennis, well, what are you doing there anyway?
Look, that's none of your business, okay? Don't worry about me. I'll be fine.
But Paige Marshall is...
Paige Marshall is my friend, and your little boy isn't going to get hurt, okay?
Really, Dennis.
Is that all you called for, to find out where I was?
It's not what I wanted at all. I have something very important to talk to you about, and I was frantic when I couldn't reach you.
Well, what is it?
No, I don't want to discuss it on the phone. Will you please come to Rena's?
Now?
Yes, now. It's important. It's about Elliot.
About Dad? What is it, Mom? What is it?
Dennis, please. Just come as soon as you can.
Sorry. I didn't mean to push you so hard.
Oh, it's not your fault. I think I underestimated the strain this would cause. I haven't tried to talk about it before. Not the personal part, anyway. When intelligence debriefed me, most of what they wanted was logistical information, names, places. On that level, well, I could pretend it was an abstraction, someone else's experience.
We'll go slower.
I can't talk rationally about that place, don't you see? My experiences in Cambodia weren't rational at all. They were surreal, a nightmare.
Some simple questions.
There aren't any. Look, I'm sorry. It's just that someone who hasn't lived through it can't possibly understand what it can do to a man, how unlike a man one can become.
All right, now there's a beginning right there. Now, just keep going.
For what? For a lot of TV watchers to tisk at on the evening news? Justin, you give up everything. You lose control of your destiny altogether. You don't have pride anymore, or ambition, or hope.
Elliot, but you made it back. How?
How? By clinging to one thought, by making that thought the sum total of my life.
All right. And that thought...
You are a good newsman. All right, that thought was of my son, of Dennis. It became that my need to return to my son justified surviving, doing whatever I had to do to survive. For the first time, my son really mattered to me, more than anything. It was the closeness of death, I think, that made me see the only real thing in my life was my son. I'd never realized it before.
My father's death taught me something quite similar, but too late. I always loved my father, of course. But I always equally ignored my duty to him. For me, my racing was always more important. He called me just before his suicide. I couldn't hear his pain. I was all wrapped up in my own glory. My father put a bullet through his heart. But he left me something. A duty. And a rifle that he used on his own broken heart.
A rifle? Do you keep it because you mean to use it one day?
No. I know that Wheeler drove my father to the brink of despair. I want to avenge my father more subtly, more thoroughly, than to shoot Wheeler. I want to expose him to the world, to his woman, for what he is.
Excuse me, but I didn't realize. Now I know where you've been coming from all this time. You weren't after me. You're after Wheeler. It sounds like you have quite a grievance. I can really understand how you feel.
I don't need your understanding, Curtis. Your absence will do just fine.
Hey, man, I'm on your side. And when you get over being mad at me, let me know. Because I think I can do you some good.
You?
Yeah. Listen, I hate that guy, too. And I know plenty about him. Things nobody else knows. But I can keep them until you're ready to hear them.
There you go.
Oh, Maggie, that looks so good. Oh,
Looks good.
starving.
Well, I hope that nasty little family quarrel didn't take away your appetites. It did mine.
No. What's going on there anyway? Now, this guy is trying to get his wife back?
Well, it's a long story. See, what you saw today, they've been leading up to that point for some time now. Too long, in fact.
Poor Nita. I've heard about some of her troubles.
Well, the girl deserves much better. The whole time Billy Joe was in Huntsville prison, 3 long years, Nita is working here for me. She's waiting and she's hoping that when he comes back, they're going to have a nice, normal life together. She never for 1 minute gave up her faith in him. Well, he comes back, he hasn't changed a bit. He has not learned one blessed thing. He comes back just as full of bad news as he was when he went to jail. Oh, I tell you, that just... Well, she finally realized that he was never going to turn out to be the man she hoped he'd be. She had to admit it at last.
So he's on his way out then?
Well, we hope so. We hope to heaven we're not going to see him around here anymore because he's just very bad for Nita. One thing, though, she cut him off. It was hard for her to do it, but I was real proud of her.
No, I guess it was hard. But you know, sometimes that's what you have to do. You have to cut yourself off from a bad situation or risk going down yourself.
Yeah.
Chaplain, I thought you were a doctor.
Oh, honey, listen, she would be good at anything she wanted to do. I always said that girl could be.
Right.
Hey, Ricky! Ricky!
Hi, Cord. Jeb. Maggie, I'm really sorry I couldn't get away to bring Nita home from the hospital.
No problem.
Is she
honey.
here?
Yeah, she's here.
Is she resting, or would it be okay if I see her?
You know, I think it would be real good if you saw her. Why don't you sit down here, and I'll just send her right out
You
to
mind?
talk to you. Go.
No, sit. We could have used you a while ago.
Yeah?
Well, Jeb handled things fine, but, you know, it's reassuring to have an ex-cop around.
What are you talking about?
Oh, that guy, Billy Joe.
Is he causing trouble here again?
Well, he was leaving, but, he did have one last fling at making trouble. Things got pretty ugly.
Man, she's always mad, and I don't know when she'll get over it. Always like, well, this is paradise, huh?
Yeah.
Hey there, boy, how you doing, huh? How you doing? Ain't much of a dog, I'll tell you that much. Ain't much of a dog. You know what, though? Someday I'm gonna get me a thoroughbred. Maybe a shepherd or a pinscher, huh? Huh? What do you think?
You mean buy a dog?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What's so crazy about it? Now, if you got a plan.
Yeah, plan. Well, what do you think? Home sweet home.
About the size of a jail cell.
Difference is, you can leave it any old time you want to. Shoot, I know it ain't. I know it ain't much, but it ain't bad. It ain't bad at all.
You, own this rig?
Bought it flat out. Picked it up for a song at a flood sale down in Beaumont. Like I said, you chip in for the beer and the grub, you can bunk here as long as you want to.
Well, thanks, buddy. Tell you, guess I'll have to get used to it.
Hey, what?
You got a place I can store this? Good place to hide it?
Billy Joe, you toting a damn rifle around Houston? Boy, now I know you're crazy.
Good. That about does it. And it's lunchtime, so stop into my office later and I'll give you some numbers to call.
But if you don't have any plans, how about joining me for lunch, Clipper?
What's going on here?
Well, nothing extraordinary. I'm just a normal person who is capable of letting bygones be bygones. Anyway, Curtis is still new to this business. I'd like to help him get started if I can.
Well, that's very nice of you, Justin.
I'm happy to share what I know with a colleague.
Don't let my sense of consistency interfere with this budding friendship. Carry on.
I appreciate this, Justin.
My pleasure. I'll share what I know with you, and you can share what you know with me.
You got yourself a deal, pal.
Hey, it's for horses.
I meant, hey, wait a minute.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Anything the missus desires.
You don't have to get nasty about this. I mean, I just want to say thanks, okay? That I appreciate you driving me back from Stryker's cabin.
What's that? No complaints about my old pickup? What, didn't it smell bad? Wasn't it too bumpy for your delicateness?
Okay. I guess I deserve that, huh? But I do appreciate it. Okay?
Okay.
I'm only sore at you because I guess I'm anxious about going to that business meeting to town today, and I guess my head was just in other things, that's all.
Other things like, going into town on a business meeting, or other things like going into town to see Justin?
I said I was going to town on business. Now, I'm trying to be nice. Why don't you, Max?
All right, Princess, all right. You're going into town on business. Now, what kind of business would you be involved with?
Well, not that it's any business of yours, but I am going to be sitting in on the board of KVIK-TV for Daddy. You see, he's a major stockholder, and someone has to look out for his interests.
Yeah, good old KVIK-TV. What, isn't that where Justin works? How about that? Looks like you got more than one interest there, huh?
Yeah, that's where Justin works. What of it? And so do 100 other people. Anyway, Max, the only reason I'm going there is to help out Daddy, okay?
Lady, I don't think you even know how to be straight with yourself.
Now, what is that supposed to mean?
Now, don't you think it's kind of funny? I mean, up to now, you never showed much of an interest in all this business stuff. But now, all of a sudden, you're getting all kinds of anxious about it. Now, why do you suppose that is?
Can't you take anything at face value?
That's exactly the way I take it, honey. I see it all now. I mean, you think you sit there on that board of directors meeting, you think you're going to get yourself some kind of an arm lock on Justin, huh? Poor old Justin. That's it, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Oh, sure it is. I heard that's the way you operate. You're going to get yourself the upper hand on Justin, just like you did on that doctor husband of yours, by using your daddy's money.
Max, dear, whatever my relationship with Justin is, one thing it isn't is dark and dangerous Max Decker's business. Now, you got that, Buster.
Well, I reckon old Justin can take care of himself.
Huh?
Yes, sir. Now, there's a boy who knew how to cover his act. Well, we know, when we used to go hunting, he used to carry one knife in his belt, and the other one tucked safe away in his boot.
Well, that's very instructive.
And we've gotten a tight spot, like the animal might turn loco in front of us. Oh, Justin could turn and run like the wind before it did us any damage. Well, I understand a few years back, he even had the good sense to run off to Europe rather than marry into a dangerous situation. Now, I don't reckon he's gotten any dumber since then.
You are the most ignorant, stupid, foolish
Well, which one is it?
I don't want to marry anybody. Justin or any other man. I wish all the men in this world were dead. Except my daddy. Now, all I am trying to do is help him out in his KVIK business. And I'm tired of trying to get through your mean and...
Honey, I ain't being mean. I just know a hunting glint when I see one. And I see one right there in those pretty eyes of yours. Oh, yeah. You ain't going into town on business. You're going in for sport. You're gonna do a little hunting.
Well, Mr. Know-it-all, if that's true, it just so happens that my mother is the game, nobody else.
Mother? You have a mother?
Oh, yes, honey, everybody has a mother.
No, I'm sorry. I just thought, seeing how close you and your daddy are, that your mother must have been long dead.
There's dead and there's dead. My mother's only dead in the eyes of her family. She walked out on us 20 years ago. Bye-bye, Stryker. Bye-bye, Rena. My affairs are more important than you all.
Her affair?
Mm-hmm. And among them was KVIK TV, of which she is owner and manager, and of which I am the new largest stockholder. Of course, she has others.
Others?
Oh, yes, honey. She's got a whole string of them. She calls them Victory Network.
Your mother owns Victory Network?
Mm-hmm.
They got radio and TV stations all over Texas. How about that? Hey, you got your daddy's proxy. Hot damn!
I am my father's proxy. And I'm going to inherit that stock one of these days. So, you see, when that time comes, I want to make sure that I know what to do.
Oh, and, you're going into town to learn the family business.
Yeah. That's one way of putting it.
Hey, Rita! Be sure and say hello to Justin for me now, you hear?
Hey, no thank you, Courtney.
Maggie.
This is on the house. I just want you to come back again soon. Okay?
Okay, I will. Thank you.
I'll see you soon.
Eat hearty. Okay, Jeb, we gotta go. We got appointments with 3 machines and 4 people.
Appointments?
Yeah, Jeb's having some diagnostic tests done today.
Well, you know, I could have a couple more burritos, and then maybe I wouldn't need the...
Come on, Jeb, let's go.
Hey, Will. Good luck.
Thank you.
And thanks for seeing to that little weasel.
No problem.
Bye-bye, Ricky.
Bye, Court. Hey there.
Hi.
Well, I hear he couldn't leave without causing one last dust-up.
Well, he's gone, though. He's gone.
Yeah, well, if you're lucky, maybe he'll stay gone.
He won't come back. 'Cause I told him if he did, I'd
You'd what? You'd go to the police and tell him you know he's the one who attacked Dawn that night?
Oh, it's done. It's through. That part of my life is over. Anyway, a wife isn't expected to testify against her husband. That's the law.
All right, all right. I'm not going to ask you to do it. I won't ask it. But if I promise not to go to the police with anything you say, will you at least tell me what you know? Tell me what happened?
Ricky, we've been through this before. You told me you weren't going to ask me no more about this business. Now, why are you pressuring me now?
Because it's changed. You told Maggie to tell Elena to go see you alone. Well, that makes me think she's involved. Now, she's my sister. So you see, now I have an even more personal need to know.
Look, it's over. Can't we just let it go?
Yeah, we can, maybe. First, I need to know really what happened.
What is going on around here? As I was walking up to the front door right now, 2 pull-up patrol cars stopped and watched every move I made. What are they doing, Mom? Watching this place?
Yes, Alex arranged for them.
Why?
Well, that's why I wanted to see you.
Well, you see me. Now tell me why Alex has these police watching me.
They're not watching you.
They're not. Then what are they doing here?
Sit down, Dennis. Sit down. Last night, Elliot came here, and he frightened me.
He frightened you. Well, now, what do you mean? How? How did he frighten you?
He threatened me.
He threatened... I don't believe that.
Listen to me, Dennis. The Elliot you know is not the man I knew. He has changed terribly. He's not sane.
Mom, right now you don't seem sane.
Look, I don't care if you don't understand or believe it, but something has happened. Now, maybe his imprisonment did something to him. I don't know. But he threatened me. And I just wanted you to be aware that he may be dangerous.
All right, tell me what it was he said that threatened you.
He said he objects to... No. I don't want to go through all that. I just want to let Alex handle it.
Mom, you can't make an accusation like that and then just drop it.
Well, I am. Let's forget it.
No.
I'd rather talk to you about my wedding.
Look, Mom.
Dennis, please.
All right. Now, what about the wedding?
It's next Friday. Paige is making all the arrangements for it. The ceremony and a small dinner afterwards at the top of the World Club.
Well, that's nice.
Will you come, Dennis, please? Even if Dawn doesn't like it.
Well, it's really not going to matter too much what Dawn thinks of my being there. Because she's so upset with me right now that one more problem certainly isn't going to make a difference. All right, Mom. I'll come.
It would make me so happy.
Well, you know that's what I want, don't you? I want that. I want that more than anything.
Thank you, Dennis.
Do you swear not to tell the police if I tell you about Billy Joe?
Yes.
All right, then I'll tell you. Because Elena is your sister. But you gotta swear.
I swear it, Nita.
Billy Joe said that you're not gonna like this.
Look, I put up with a lot of things I don't like.
Billy Joe said that Elena was after him. He said that night that she fell down the stairs, they were drinking and necking in Maggie's all night. And he said that the night Dawn was attacked, he was supposed to meet Elena in the Western Art Gallery. But then things got mixed up and he... Well, that's why I wanted to talk to Elena, to warn her not to get mixed up with Billy Joe, just for her own sake, and never to do anything so foolish again.
You mean Elena's been sneaking around with a married man? You mean she's been
Ricky,
lying and...
It's easy to judge. But it's not so easy to tell a girl that age what she can or she cannot do. I mean, look at me. Did I ever listen to my daddy? No, I just would not listen. Now I wish I had. I don't know if Elena did either.
Maybe your bad times are over, Nita. I think things are gonna get better for you. And thank you for telling me about Elena.
Yeah, that poor girl.
Yeah, well, don't you worry about her. I'll see to it. I'll make sure she doesn't make the same mistake.
Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Texas.